Welcome to Jake and Trev Review Everything Live.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Trev. And here we are, joining each other here in week 22. Whew. Man, I'm
22.
I don't know.
Check these dubs.
Whew.
We're here.
I'm having.
I assume if it's in YouTube, if you're watching this recorded, it's probably
over there
or like
somewhere.
Wait, the title.
Somewhere.
But
you'll see episode 22 though, and you'll know it's this one that you're watching
somewhere
right now. Big week. Gosh, we were away for a week.
What did we do?
It was
what have we done? There's so much. For probably a month and a half, it was just like no news, and then
all the news came at once.
So we're gonna try to get through the news here. Another thing we probably won't be touching on because I feel like there's not a whole lot of news out. There still hasn't been. But next month, new console launches. We got the Xbox One coming out next month. We got the PS4 coming out next month. Next gen is coming next month. So
lots of things coming next month.
Yeah. But
it's a big end of the year.
Won't be really touching on that until we get some more news on it. If you guys have heard anything, I'm sure we could discuss it. But we're going to jump right into the news here. Starting off with, I'll start this one. Tom Hanks wants in.
America's sweetheart, Thomas Hanks. I'm going to start calling him Thomas Hanks because it's a little bit more refined.
Is his name Thomas? Maybe it's just Tom. It could be just be.
I don't think that there is anyone who is just Tom.
It could be. A lot of people are.
Tom Hanks, I know you're watching. Why don't you send us a message and let us know what's going on?
If you are Tom Hanks or if you know Tom Hanks.
Let us know. Ask for us.
Tom?
Is it Thomas? Because I'd like to start calling him Thomas. He is he's a great actor in American film these days, and for being someone who had their roots so firmly planted in comedy to have so successfully.
Yeah, he really started off in you got The Burbs and your Joe versus the Volcano and all that. And
Dragnet, totally classic. I love Dragnet.
And then he started doing serious. Now he's I feel like he's more in the last few years. He's been more dramatic roles. He's got that new movie coming out, the one about the boat that got taken over by pirates, real life pirates. I saw a clip of that on some late show. It looked pretty good.
Yeah,
but he's usually he's like a real person hero,
right?
Like Apollo. Was it Apollo 13? Apollo 13. I always get the number wrong. I always want to say Apollo 18. Because the last space mission, or the last moon mission was Apollo 17.
And there was that Apollo 18 movie about a botched moon mission that we never knew about.
Spooky.
Ooh, spooky.
Also, They Might Be Giants. One of their albums is Apollo 18.
Oh, nice.
And
anyway,
the cover
we have gotten pretty far off track. We're talking about national...
Whale fighting giant squid in space.
Oh, nice.
Best cover ever.
We're talking about American treasure, American national treasure, Tom Hanks. He's not in that movie.
No, he is
a national treasure.
Right. And he was in the Da Vinci Code. I haven't seen it.
I would like to see him locked up in a Capitol vault when not out on tour. I'd like to see some security forces
behind glass. This is Tom Hanks. He's a national treasure.
Look at him.
Yep. Moving
Bye,
on.
folks.
But yeah.
Okay, stop. I want you to know, if we ever make it as big directors, I want to put that in a movie at some point, and he has to have a cameo in it, doing that, and just that.
Just like being in a...
that's his only line. That's his only line in action. And maybe we can have him stick around in the background while the rest of the scene plays out, but I would like him to kind of be up for and there's Tom Hanks, national treasure. Hi, folks.
And that's it.
That
would be awesome. No, I feel like movies don't do that enough where they have just...
just cause cameos,
not too, but just just a funny little.
So Tom Hanks
wants to be superhero or supervillain. He actually recently did a interview for his new Captain Phillips movie, the one I was talking about earlier.
Right.
And somebody was like, "Well, what do you feel about all the superhero movies?" And he's like, "I want to be a fucking superhero. I want in."
This guy.
And he was like, "I don't want to be fucking Agent Coulson. Here's what you do, guys. I want to be in the action." In fact, he was quoted as saying, "I want to throw the shield. I want to do the stuff." And he was like, "Even if I can't be a hero, I want to be a villain."
It's a no-brainer. Do it.
Do it! Tom Hanks!
It's Tom Hanks!
He could play... He even said, like, you want me to be Flash? I don't think so. I think they'd probably skew younger for Flash.
Yeah.
But a villain. Like, super scientist villain, you know? It sounds like they already have... Spoilers, if you haven't seen it, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sounds like they're leaning towards Graviton to be the big baddie of the show. I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, but we need to keep moving on the news here. But Tom Hanks. Actually, you know what? Let's do a real quick thing here. Who do you think you would put... What character in the Marvel Universe, or DC, would you cast Tom Hanks as?
Okay, you ready? You're going to be maybe a little surprised.
Okay.
And it's not the current series, because I wouldn't want him wasted like that, but I guess I'd take it if that's what it is. I think he would be a very awesome Norman Osborn.
Norman Osborn, wow.
Wouldn't that be good? Think of that. Think that over a second, guys, if you're watching that. Think fucking Tom Hanks' old
I gotta be
Norman
honest,
Osborn.
though. If I were Tom Hanks, I wouldn't hitch my wagon to anything that Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like. I'd hate to see him wasted on the current Amazing Spider-Man series, but...
Because it looks like dumps.
Maybe if they cast Tom Hanks, I'll go watch it. If Tom Hanks is going to be... He's not. He's not. But if he were, I would.
Man,
how about you?
Ooh, I asked the question. I didn't even really think about it.
Were you hoping I'd kind of stumble and kind of bumble around for a second trying to give my answer?
But no, you had it. You had it right there.
I had it right there. I was ready for it. I'm gonna go get some coffee so I can make Jake sweat a little bit.
I already got it. All right,
well, you tell me.
You're also not gonna like this.
Uh-oh.
It's off the top of my head.
Uh-oh.
I feel like if they, I feel like they should, because they already included it.
I'm off camera and I want everyone to know that I'm gonna slowly drink what's left of my coffee.
Yeah, you're gonna take a time. I think that they need to first start working on the Incredible Hulk again. Mm-hmm. They already dropped the first Incredible Hulk. Wow, he's drinking super slow. I want you to know that. They already dropped the Incredible Hulk as the tie-in, so there was no Edward Norton or anything like that. But I feel like if they started up again, Tom Hanks would be a good Thunderbolt Ross. Oh, there's the spit take. He was specifically doing that so that he would spit his coffee, as I said. Because I think that he should be the Red Hulk. Tom Hanks, Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross. I think that would be the shit.
I don't know.
I want to see Tom Hulk. I want to see Tom Hulks. Tom Hanks. I want to see Tom Hanks Hulk out.
Tom Hanks hulking out. I guess I could see it.
That would be sweet.
It would be pretty sweet.
You wouldn't like me when I'm a reading.
Here's my problem with Thunderbolt Ross. There's not a lot to the character.
He hates the Hulk. He fights the Hulk.
I hate the Hulk.
If you... Listen, there are so many villains that are like, oh, we could use this villain or that villain, somebody to, for the superhero in the movie to fight, to stop, or whatever. Thunderbolt Ross, his whole deal is just getting the Hulk. That's the perfect villain for a Hulk movie.
I hate the Hulk. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
He's just wringing his hands.
I'm gonna get that.
This Hulk.
It's awesome.
It's kind of cool. He sends all kinds of sweet military equipment after him and feels all self-assured. Yep. Yeah, it'll be good.
Trevor's mom asks, new Thor movie looks good. What do you guys think? We have covered some of the trailers. They've been putting them out in installments. I think Thor comes out pretty soon, actually. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking pretty positively at it.
I feel like we're going to lose something with the exclusion of the first director, Kenneth Branagh. Mm-hmm.
He had all that clout behind him doing like Shakespearean, so he knows how to frame up and how to do the whole these and thous and so forth. That's necessary for Asgardian lingo.
Yeah, but I feel like barring that, we might get a little bit more action. I know a lot of people... I really like the Thor. I'll tell you right out of the gate, I really like Thor. But I feel like a lot of people were kind of let down. There was a lot of talking. A lot of Shakespearean, exposition and stuff. Not a lot of action. I mean, they fought the ice giants and the destroyer.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the rub, is that as a god, Thor is really, really strong, obviously. So, I mean, Loki wasn't really like. It's hard for Loki to go like toe to toe in like a physical confrontation with Thor.
Well, it's like Superman and Lex Luthor. I mean, Loki does have powers, obviously,
certainly.
but they're more like trickster powers. He's not, Loki's the brains, Thor is the brawn.
I'm certain Loki's godlike strength is more than enough to overpower a man.
Right, but
not Thor.
Not Thor.
Right.
So, and it sounds like with the inclusion of Malekith, he seems like more of a plotting kind of dude as well. So you get your classic brains versus brawn.
But he also looks like he might be a bit more rough and tumble.
Yeah.
I guess my biggest concern, I'm not going to speak for Jake. I do often, not today. Christopher Eccleston or Eccleston, depending on
Eccleston. I think it's Eccleston. I want to
I've heard
go on record and say that I'm going
to go on record and say it's Eccleston, but that's neither here or there. What is here or there?
We're going to figure that out for the next show.
Right.
Because one of us is right.
Is he's a celebrated wet blanket. He did Destro in G.I. Joe, and he wasn't happy with his experience, and so he didn't come back to be Destro again. And so, we're no. And by the way, I want to say something real frankly, okay? You're going to be surprised, Jake, so get ready to be surprised. You might want to slowly drink your own coffee at this point.
Okay.
I think that Christopher Eccleston did a great job as Destro in G.I. Joe.
No, I agree. I'm not that surprised.
Okay, well, here's the thing. He's actually a Scottish character, Destro.
Right. He's an arms dealer.
He's a Scottish arms dealer. It was part of his whole thing. And they could have really easily not made him a Scottish guy. They could have really easily made him just an American arms dealer. But they kept it, and they got a true fucking Scot.
Yeah.
In there to do the job. And it still didn't turn out very well. And also,
it wasn't a very good movie to begin with,
right,
but
sure.
He played the character well. I'd say the same for Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
I thought he played.
They did good with what they had. Yeah,
but he played a good cartoons villain,
right?
Because that's the whole movie. It's a fucking joke. It's for kids,
right? Okay, and then Christopher Eccleston also doesn't want anything to do with the Doctor Who 50-year anniversary. The 50th anniversary! It's not going to get bigger than this for another 25 years.
Some people,
And it might not last another 25 years.
I think what it is, to me and you, it's...
I was the Doctor and I didn't have enough fun!
Well, no, I don't think it's fun. I think that what it comes down to, he had a lot on his shoulders for rebooting of the series. Mm-hmm. They hadn't had a Doctor Who since the 80s, right?
Sure.
So that's a huge thing. The other thing is that, sadly, I'm going to break this news to you, Trev. I'm sorry, okay? But some actors that take, nerdy roles that are going to be seen by me and you, and studied and appreciated and stuff like that, some of those actors, they're just in it for a paycheck. They don't care about the story, they don't care about their character insofar as off the screen or in continuity. They go, they do stuff in front of the screen, they get their paycheck and they leave, and not everybody can be not everybody can be your Riddicks or your Tony Starks. Some people just don't give a shit. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay, bud. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Nikki Manning says, what movie you were talking about? We were talking about fake Hulk. A Hulk that we imagined earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
When you asked.
And in this case, now we're talking about Thor. No, I'm sure Thor: The Dark World's going to be pretty alright.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on. Speaking of Marvel, good segue. Shoosh. Four series and a mini series, 4 drama series and a mini series. Marvel is going to load up your TV with Marvel shit.
They got 4 in the barrel.
All right. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All right. I have to state my opinion because that's basically all we do on the show. So I'd like to do that now. I've seen the first 4 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The first, the only 4 they've had out so far. I enjoy it. But with the caveat that I have to put all of my ideas of them doing anything but tiny little tie-ins with the actual Marvel universe as like a team show, Coulson and his S.H.I.E.L.D. members, and them doing like espionage and having witty banter and the characters having their own character and whatnot. It's a good show. It's pretty good, pretty damn good show. As far as tying into the Marvel Universe, they've had Samuel L. Jackson and whatever her face is, and that's about it. They're not. I feel, and this is another reality that we need to face, is that as far as television goes, they're not going to save all of their toys for the television. They're not going to share their characters and their toys, with the TV show. The TV show is going to have to make their own characters out of stick and twine and hoops, and they're going to have their own straw dolls. It's okay, Trev. It's okay. But it's a good show anyways. It's a good show. It's a good show.
It's a good show anyways.
It's a good show if you don't want to see the Avengers in it. That's the problem. And if they're talking about doing like 4 series and a miniseries, at some point they're going to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But the funny thing is I think that if they do all this stuff, TV is going to turn into comic books. Because that's how comic books are. You have your Iron Man comic book, and your Wolverine comic book, and your Spider-Man, and your X-Men, and your Avengers, and they're all different comic books, but they're tied by different characters and different stories and stuff. And that's what TV is going to be. That's what they're shooting for. Is they're going to have like 4 series and a mini-series plus Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then the movies and everything. The movies. If you're not familiar with comic books, this is what's been happening for probably the last 15 years, is that they will have a main continuity storyline, like Civil War, or like World War Hulk, or the New Initiative, or the New Avengers, or whatever the main world overarching storyline is. They usually have about a 5 or 6 issue series, where it wraps up everything that happens in that. And then also there are the crossover books. So let's say for Civil War, you have the main Civil War storyline, but then you also have Captain America in his comic doing his part of that story.
Captain America, Civil War. Spider-Man, Civil War.
Right,
Reed Richards, Civil War.
Cable and Deadpool, Civil War.
Right.
Which they totally had. But that's the thing. I mean, that I feel like that's what it's going to be. So you're going to have your movies, which are your main storyline, like the Avengers fought the Chitauri and Loki and, obviously Thanos, or Thanos' minions, the Chitauri. But, then they're going to have, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. A lot of the episodes so far have been dealing with the old technology from Captain America, from World War II era Hydra technology.
Right.
They have the Chitauri weapons left over by all the armies that invaded New York, and people are buying and selling and trading on the black market like their technology.
I guess I'd say that maybe we could expect at some point in the future, like, to have maybe a cameo from one of the Avengers at some point, but it's gonna be kind of like a big like event and like fucking. Yeah, hey, everybody who could watch this.
They're not gonna drop in and out at the,
No, it's not. It's not. It'll be an event.
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are gonna have to hold their own.
Right.
And if they can't, then the tie-ins aren't gonna save them either. But because they can, I feel like it's a good show.
Right.
You just can't expect it to tie in so closely. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, sorry, I went on a huge tangent. Yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. again has been picked up for a full season after their. I assume there's probably 2 more episodes of. Usually shows have about 6 episodes. Like a pilot gets picked up, they do about 6 episodes. If the show does good, then they pick it up for a full season. That's why you'll see a lot of shows like on Netflix. If you go on Netflix right now, most shows will have about 6 episodes for their first season if you're going through the seasons, and then the second season's about 24 episodes. Usually 6 to 12 in the first season. So, and then, usually they throw in some bigger actors or bigger characters or whatever, like Rob Lowe in the second season of Parks and Rec.
Okay.
That kind of shit.
So, I'm gonna harshly segue to a new thing. We've still got lots of stuff to talk about. This thing's not even on Jake's list. That's how new and important it is. Actually, it's the beginning of a new segment I'd like to start and may drop at any time. It's called Not News of the Week. It's the Not News of the Week.
What's not news?
Not news. The new spin-off show of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, that they've been talking about and developing. Vince Gilligan apparently said that some other characters from the Breaking Bad universe might appear in Better Call Saul. Yeah, no shit, they're from the same universe. Not news. That's not news. You can't talk. Like, what are you supposed to say about that?
It's actually not a bad segue. It's kind of very similar.
That's the not news of the fucking week.
It's not news.
It's a certainty. It's like saying that when Frasier Crane spun off from Cheers, that like somebody said, "Hey, maybe characters besides Frasier from Cheers will show up on it eventually." Yeah, no shit. That's kind of the idea.
Not news.
Not news.
That's like when Joey spun off from Friends to have his own show, which I believe was called Joey.
I wonder if there was any rampant speculation about other Friends that might show up on the Joey show.
It's a spinoff.
Not news.
It's not news.
It's part of the whole premise. Anyway, moving right along. What else we got on the docket?
Let's see.
Ooh, Charlie Hunnam from the Sons of Anarchy program. I don't watch it. A lot of people say it's pretty dynamite stuff.
Yeah. If you like it.
Do you like biker gangs? Probably like that.
They're cool.
Anyway, Charlie Hunnam, for those of you who do not know, was cast as the male lead in 50 Shades of Grey, much to the horror of a lot of fans of the book who had...
Well, I think it's 50-50 because when he got cast, they were like, "What, that guy?" I think we actually talked about that on the show.
Yeah. He was cast to their horror because most of them had been diddling themselves thinking about Ian Somerhalder.
Right. We were talking about diddling yourself to a book.
Right.
Ladies in general.
Ladies we're talking about you.
Not to be sexist, but ladies diddling.
Look, I'm sure a few guys have, given it the old. I'm done. We're done. Moving right along. Charlie Hunnam of Sons of Anarchy had been cast as Christian Grey or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
He's out.
Sasha Grey.
He's on the outs. He's out.
No, it's not Sasha Grey.
It's not Sasha Grey.
It's not Sasha Grey.
That's incorrect. That is incorrect. No.
But he's
out.
He was like, wait, 50 Shades of Grey or Sons of Anarchy?
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And I think he chose wisely.
You've chosen wisely.
In news of other TV shows and how they may or may not relate to movies.
Hold on, I want to read this how I wrote it down. There were a few,
he did write it pretty funny.
There were a few humdingers. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson want another X-Files movie. The truth is still out there. It's been 20 years. You guys suck at your jobs.
I saw that story a couple times around the net. One of my favorite versions of the headline for that is Gillian Anderson wants a new X-Files movie. David Duchovny wants some whips, chains, and a new X-Files movie.
Get David Duchovny to be in 50 Shades of Grey.
Because he's addicted to sex.
Yeah, he's a sex addict. I think it's a bad... I'm sure this joke has been made before, but when he was on... what the fuck was the name of that show? It was the one where he was a sex addict. It wasn't Red Shoe Diaries. It was the, Californication. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And he was a sex addict on that show, and it was like, that's not a good idea. That's like being a drunk and then playing a drunk on a TV show. It seems like that would be really bad. You might have good reference for the character, but I feel like you'd fall right back into it if you were trying to stay away from it, which he was at the time. Mm-hmm. I'm addicted to sex. I'm trying to stay away from it. Here's my new show about being addicted to sex.
And having sex with everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, looks like Nikki Manthi agrees. Sons of Anarchy's way better. I'll take your word.
Josh Reina says, wow, Jake used to watch Joey. No surprise there. Listen, there was a time when we didn't have video on demand. So whatever was on TV, you watched. And you enjoyed it because that's what you got. Mm-hmm. And if it was Joey, then you just had to suck it up. I could have stated that better. Let's see. Bob Orsi met with CBS to talk Star Trek. You want to tell them the bad news? I don't want to be the bad news guy here all the time.
Okay, it'll be me this time. All right, you may remember a few live shows back we were talking about a prospective new Star Trek series. And Michael Dorn, who played Worf in the classic TNG's classic now. Anyway, in the classic Next Generation program, And there was some efforts he was kind of spearheading, and I was going to be really interested in it. A Captain Worf show, a Star Trek with Worf as the captain of the ship.
Which would be awesome.
It would certainly be a little different than what we've seen. Hey, speaking of all the things like when you say, oh, well, there hasn't been a female version of this, or there hasn't been a black this, or there hasn't been, whatever this, there has been a Klingon captain. Give us a Klingon captain. How about even just a non-human captain? All captains of Star Trek shows have been human.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's see something new. But no. Bad news! You ain't getting it!
You ain't.
Christmas is canceled!
Right, hold on. I gotta do the,
Nope. Apparently... Wow, I got some spit on the table there with that Christmas is canceled.
Christmas has been canceled.
But... No, apparently they're going to bring in a new Star Trek TV show. Almost... By the way, guys, I want to share a quick side theory with you. We do this a lot. We just kind of, jump back and forth. But, side theory, I think that, in addition to all you people who are talking in our chat who agree to watch us, I think... Hollywood has its finger firmly on the pulse of the Jake and Trev show, because often it seems like they are responding to our criticisms. Jake, I know you specifically had said that one of the big problems with the new Star Trek movies is they didn't have a TV show to build their mythos in.
Right. They were basically playing off of mythos that was
obsolete. It didn't matter anymore.
Like the last movie had Khan. Spoiler, it's been too long, you fucking missed it. So the last Star Trek movie had Khan, which was taken from the second movie, the original movie series, which was taken from an episode from the original show.
Just one. Anyway, so they want to do a new Star Trek program, and it's not going to feature the crew of the Enterprise. It's going to feature an entirely different crew.
Well, this is speculation. Basically, what they said is they want it to be set during the original 5-year mission. So there's no saying whether it's going to be the original crew, which would be really hard to get because of all the actors and actresses that are in the new thing. So you have to...
You'd never get everyone from the movies for a show.
We're going out on a limb and making the assumption that because there wouldn't be no way, either they would replace them with cheaper actors for TV, which I don't see that happening.
Hey, quick challenge to our viewers. Has there ever been a movie series that the actors later downgraded themselves to be in a TV series based on it? If there has, tell us about it, because I can't think of one. I can't think of one. As a TV actor, yes, if you're a part of a show that's successful, you'll make the jump to go be in a movie. That's fucking bucks, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe further down the line. Well, actually, we were just talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Samuel L. Jackson was on the TV show, but he's a mercenary. He's a Hollywood mercenary.
Yeah, people who are exempt from those sort of statements, Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, that was also
Gary Oldman, Christopher Walken. These are some of our best Hollywood mercenaries, guys.
Oh, yeah. Which is not to say they're bad.
No,
sometimes they're in bad things.
But they're
overall they're good.
But they will be in anything.
They are not so bad and are also very good.
Right, but they'll be in anything.
Yeah.
If you give them a paycheck, they'll be in anything.
Mercenaries. But
remember when Christopher Walken was in that stupid ping pong martial arts comedy movie?
Balls of Fire or
Balls of Fury.
Balls of Fury. That's what it was.
Hilarious. Because it's talking about balls, and genitals.
I sort of enjoyed that.
Genitals.
No, yeah, your
testicles. You get it?
Your fun bag.
Do you get it?
No, I got it. Like twig and berries. Like yeah.
Did you get it?
Your Tommy knockers.
Your cojones.
Balls.
All right, moving on.
But yeah, that's the point. Is that they're going to set it in the continuity of the movies, and there's not really going to be any way. Clueless. Well, but the characters though. I mean, even if you're talking about Buffy, they didn't have what was her face?
Christy Swanson.
They didn't have Christy Swanson in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, they've made TV shows out of movies, but they haven't really supplanted the.
They haven't gotten the bulk of their
actual actors and actresses from the films into the show.
I'm glad you guys are playing along at home.
Oh yeah,
though.
absolutely.
Thanks for
Alien
indulging
Nation,
us.
That brings me back. Drinking some spoiled milk to get drunk.
What?
Alien Nation?
I've never seen Alien Nation.
It's got the guy from Alien Nation. It's got the guy from Robot Jocks, the main Robot Jocks.
Oh, okay.
plays a detective, and his partner is an alien. Like, a bunch of aliens basically immigrated to Earth, and there's like a overtone of racial inequality, you know, using the aliens as a front for it. But the aliens in the show, like, they're bald and they have like spots on their head. But
I thought that was V.
No, that's not V. They're very similar, but not V.
Okay.
But Alien Nation, the TV show, yeah, they were buddy cops, and the aliens couldn't get drunk on liquor or beer, but they would drink spoiled milk. Spoiled milk got them drunk.
Oh,
like fermented, you know, like spoiled. And that was
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
Man, we spent like 2 minutes on that. Sorry, guys. Let's see.
X-Men Days of Future Past will not be in 48 frames per second. Take that, Harry Knowles. 48 frames per second ain't cool.
Harry Knowles basically he was like, "Oh, you know what I heard? I heard Days of Future Past is going to be in 48 frames a second." And they came out and were like, "Nope, we're not doing that."
Didn't I seem to recall that Harry Knowles was one of the apologists for the 48 frames per second thing with Lord of the Rings.
I still have not experienced 40 frames a second. That's all right. I spit too. We both spit in this.
We're
episode.
getting spit all over the front of the table.
Too much news. Just basically 48 frames a second. If you don't know, movies are 24 frames a second. When you go to a movie theater and watch it, even if it's digital, it's 24 frames a second. When you add more frames in, like even if you've seen on your HD TVs, like the true 1080 HD, like you get some when you first start watching it, you get the impression that it was filmed for a live TV audience. Like, you know what I mean? Like you get that kind of shitty TV feel.
It's a fluidity of motion issue, yeah.
Right. So you're used to movies running at 24 frames. I believe our eyes are like 100 and something frames or something like that.
It's less than that.
Yeah. 48 frames a second is double the amount, but then you end up seeing things in motion that look kind of shitty, basically. Like you can almost see like the effects. You know, you can see that things are props and not real, and it kind of ruins it a little bit. A lot of people, I still haven't seen it myself, but a lot of people have said that 48 frames a second, although it looks beautiful, it doesn't really work for movies.
Right.
So, Harry Knowles was probably like, 48 frames sucks, even though they're still going to do Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
The rest of the Lord of the Rings movies. The Hobbit movies now. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, The Trilogy, 2.
Josh Reina suggests that the movie spawned a show and all but Alicia Silverstone sign on. So only Alicia Silverstone of the main Clueless cast wasn't on the Clueless show.
Wait, there was a show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, that's a show I didn't know about.
Okay. Phyllis Peterson.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me take this opportunity to dig Rhinus for knowing about the Clueless TV show.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you watched Clueless, Rhinus. No. Phyllis Peterson writes, if you mean just any movie, how about Radar? He was in both the MASH movie and TV show.
Oh, he was?
He sure was. That's a little connection. Let me give it to you. Mom. Mom wins. Boom. My mom wins, you guys. The rest of you guys are losers. My mom's a winner.
You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks.
All y'all are losers except for my mom.
But yeah, 48 frames a second. Who gives a shit? Let's see. This was kind of a fun thing. I won't stick on it for too long. But apparently, news has come out that there was going to be a Doctor Strangelove sequel.
How exactly?
But, well, there was a writer, Terry Southern. He died in, I believe, 1995. 96. He was actually working on the script for the movie, and it was going to be what's his face? Why would I forget that? Stanley Kubrick wanted Terry Gilliam to direct it, and it was gonna apparently from what note cards that Southern had. On his desk when he died or whatever, they were basically going to have Doctor Strangelove in a bunker filled with beautiful women. And it was supposedly after the events of the original Doctor Strangelove when the bombs fell. Spoiler alert, that movie's super old too, so deal with it. The world gets blowed up.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, how would you do a sequel to Doctor Strangelove? For that reason.
They all go underground. That's the end of the movie. And then Slim Pickens is like, woo! And
they had
that's the iconic... even if you haven't seen Dr. Strangelove, you know Slim Pickens with the cowboy hat riding on the atomic bomb. The bombs got dropped. The world got nuked. That's not much of a spoiler.
No. Would have been interesting. I'm going to do a little segue. Those of you who watch the show regularly, you guys know that part of the reason that we didn't do a show last week was I got married.
Sure, got married.
I got married, and I'm a married man now. So, ladies, I'm off the market. This guy, no, he's kind of still off the market, too. In fact, though,
I am not on the market.
I just want to show you the goods.
Oh, look at that.
Peep the goods, y'all. That's my ring of power. It's the ring that rules them all.
In brightest day and darkest night?
No wife will ever... I don't got anything. Not a thing. Nothing.
All right. Well, congratulations, Trev, for getting married.
I just wanted to show you guys so you didn't think we just kind of sloughed off and didn't do the show for a week.
Yeah, there was a reason. Actually, having the show with Justin, the show before this, 21, was kind of pushing it. So
yeah, and that was the other thing. Justin was in town for the wedding, and it was a real treat.
If you haven't seen it, you should go back and watch it.
Go back and watch.
He's one of our original
when you're done here.
Peanut Butter Disaster alumni.
Yep, him and Ryan James Elmblad.
Yep,
pal of ours. Good man.
Oh yeah.
He's our Southern Michigan correspondent.
Let's see. The next order of business, Vanilla Ice wants to be in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Okay, hold on, stop.
Collaborate and listen.
Ice is back with a brand new
pitch. No, that's okay. We're done. Apparently, this is the best part. This is where this news clip came from. Vanilla Ice wants to be in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Can I stop you again and not collaborate? I just want to say this is probably the saddest headline I've ever seen. Like I've seen some sad ones. I remember, in fact, proclaiming one of them to be the sad. Oh, it was the Doctor Who's the classic doctors were all picketing with signs like "Have a heart, give classic doctors a part."
Yeah,
it's because if that was real, that's the saddest thing. Guess what? That was a pretender to the throne. This is the real deal. If you don't want to be kind of bummed out about the world, just kind of tune this next part out.
Oh no!
Here we go. I'm ready, Jake. Yeah,
all right,
hit us.
Vanilla Ice wants to be in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. This is a quote from his interview for his new show, Vanilla Ice Goes Amish. Hell yeah! Secret of the Ooze is the highlight of my life, and I'll never top it. There are so many horrible things in that sentence.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Let's start with Vanilla Ice Goes Amish. I'll watch sad old celebrities do celebrity TV anymore. I may have at some point. I don't recall. It was a hazy time in my life.
It's a trope. At this point, the sad washed up celebrity goes out to the farm.
They got really mixed it up.
It's
sad. It's very sad. They had, because that's how Paris Hilton basically launched into fame mostly.
Yeah, Paris Hilton.
Well, she was slightly famous, and then she became the other girl that nobody cares about anymore.
Lionel Richie's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh night
Nicole
long.
Richie.
Oh night. Oh night.
Oh night long. Celebrate.
You guys are getting a lot of little dance breaks and songs.
But they went down on the farm. They lived on the farm for a couple days, and then they made it seem like a month. Or I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. But I don't know where to. I don't know how to live on a farm because I'm. Who cares?
Who cares?
But so. That's one of the worst parts of the sentence. Vanilla Ice Goes Amish. I assume it's Vanilla Ice and he lives in an Amish community. Although I don't understand why they have to be Mennonite or something, because I don't understand why they would be sign off on being followed around with cameras. But
well, that's the thing is that most of the Amish and Mennonite communities are the thing is, everyone considers them to be Luddites and everything, and it's true that they don't use a lot of modern technology.
I don't think they give
a
shit.
They're not. They're not scared of it.
Yeah,
they see it all around them.
What is this flameless candle?
Yeah.
They're not idiots.
They don't get confused. You know, they just don't want a part in it. And I'm guessing that there must be, you know, some, you know, hefty good in the community that they're going to provide, like, you know, the studio or whatever is going to help them build a bunch of stuff. I don't know. You know, whatever Amish people do.
Whatever.
Churn them butter or something.
And then he's going to teach them how to dance and rap. It's
And
going to be a cultural. It's going to be a cultural exchange.
It won't.
Go Amish, go Amish.
They won't learn a thing. They will not learn a thing from him, and he won't learn a thing from them either. So.
Yeah. All right. Before we launch into our next news, which is actually pretty amusing, I would like to make the announcement. We would both like to make the announcement that after a while we got through the Kickstarter and we didn't give you guys anything, and
you guys didn't get a thing.
You didn't get anything.
Well, that's okay because we didn't get a thing either.
Yeah, we didn't get anything either. None of us got anything out of that except for the sweet video. The Tex Rock video was pretty awesome.
It's true.
If you want to see a sweet video, we have it up on the Blip.
Did we ever put up the whole
no
Kickstarter?
Which, you know what? If you guys want it, at least one of you says that you want it, we will release the unedited Kickstarter video that was 10 minutes long. We cut it down to 3. We got rid of 3 segments from the video. It was a laugh riot. Kickstarter was like, no, you can't use that.
That's not. No.
It's not within our guidelines. You're not making any sense. And we can release it and explain. We'll have like a preamble.
Hold on. Stop.
Collaborate and listen.
Okay.
Oh, that was our last.
That was the last thing.
Sorry.
No, I want to take this moment to review Kickstarter right now. Since we do review everything, I'd like to review Kickstarter right now.
Okay.
Kickstarter's a bunch of butts.
I don't actually think Kickstarter.
No, hold on a minute. I got something to say.
Not too far off topic because we still have to make the announcement, but go on.
Right. I got something to say. It'll be really quick. Kickstarter's kind of bullshit. They don't follow their own rules. People who had videos that were guilty of all the things that we got our original video rejected for, their stuff's up. They got their page where people can go and donate money. They selectively
it's
enforce their rules. It's a case-by-case
basis, but it's still kind of bullshit.
They selectively enforce their rules.
Yeah.
And
because one of the, I mean, we'll explain more into it, but basically the reason that the original video got rejected was because it was too much about buying equipment and not enough about what we were going to produce. And if you guys have seen our show, and you have seen our show, I hope that you've seen our show. And if you haven't, blip.tv/J&TRE review everything, get your asses over there immediately after this show. Mm-hmm. But here's the deal. You already know what we're going to make. We're going to make our shows. It's going to be in much the same format. We're going to do new things every week, or every couple weeks. We're going to make new episodes, new stuff, new storylines, new characters, old storylines, mixing into new storylines. You know what we're going to do. We don't need to explain that, so the whole focus of the video was like, hey, we want to get a green screen and a camera and stuff like that. And they were like, nope, you can't do that. You can't ask for money for equipment. What you have to do is ask for money and in return show them what you're going to make with the money, not necessarily the equipment you need. And like Trev said, there are a shit ton of videos on Kickstarter that fall into the asking for equipment, not showing the value.
Right.
And it kind of pissed both of us off.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, it was our fault because we put a lot of work into that Kickstarter video, and maybe we put a little too much work into the Kickstarter video, the first one. But to be rejected on that kind of horse trash, it's horse trash, Kickstarter. It's horse trash. Clean up your act. Clean up your act.
But, so one of the things that we wanted to give for the Kickstarter for donating was t-shirts.
T-shirts. Everyone likes a t-shirt. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now.
Well, I tell you what.
I would guess a lot of them are wearing t-shirts right now also.
That's possible. I don't know. Well, unless you're wearing a cravat.
Or
are you wearing a cravat?
Or a cardigan?
If you're wearing a cravat, you can tell us.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what that looks like.
I
don't know what a cravat is.
It's like or a cummerbund. Whatever. One of those weird accordion neck.
It's all roughly.
Yeah. If you're wearing a Prince shirt or something, you're probably wearing a t-shirt, is our point. But you could be wearing our t-shirt, because I tell you what, we got our ducks in a row. We're going to be taking pre-orders for our t-shirts. It's going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. You're going to love it. Mm-hmm. So we still have to get the timeline stuff. Keep your eyes glued to the Facebook page. We're probably going to have it on the Peanut Butter Disaster page as well as the Jake and Trevor Review Everything page. If you didn't know that there's a Peanut Butter Disaster page, go like that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Peanut Butter Disaster, Jake and Trevor Review Everything. We're probably going to have the information coming up. We were hoping to have it up tonight. There's still a lot of stuff that we have to do for it, but as soon as we are able to give you the information and the place to put your money, then you can be like, shut up and take my money, and then we'll do so.
Tell us to shut up and let us take your money.
Yeah. But we will be working on that, and the design looks sweet. We're going to put the design up so you can see that. Where we are, don't get your hopes up on this. There are possibilities of doing different colors. We will probably just do the first ones in white with black, which is awesome. Still, still getting t-shirts.
You're getting great t-shirts.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the details up about that very soon. Keep your eyes glued to the Facebook page for Jake and Trevor Review Everything, or for Peanut Butter Disaster. We'll see what we're gonna do. But you're gonna be able to get yourself a t-shirt, and it's gonna be great. And in fact, I think I can safely say, Jake, that are we gonna debate? I can't talk. I'm so excited I can't even put the words together.
Woo!
Are we gonna debut our excellent t-shirts on next week's episode of Jake and Trevor Review Everything Live?
No. We're well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to disappoint. We're not going to have the t-shirts.
We're not going to.
We have to take. Well, here's the deal, and let me be frank. Trevor and I are broke as a joke. So taking these pre-orders is the preamble to actually making the shirts. But we do have a design. Trev's seen the design. I've seen the design. The design looks awesome.
I'm excited. I want you guys to see it.
Right. So we'll have the design up. You'll see that. And, when we finally get the t-shirts made and stuff, we may have some t-shirts left over to buy if you are not included in the pre-order. Although, the pre-order is when you want to buy the t-shirts. Mm-hmm. Get them while they're hot, is what I'm saying. But... we're not going to have an example shirt up until we actually get them made. It's a catch-22 kind of thing. We need to have pre-orders in order to make the shirts. Mm-hmm. But when we get, we'll have a time limit for when you can pre-order. You'll have some time.
I'm disappointed. I'm done. I wanted to wear the t-shirt next week, Jake.
But you know what? If you want to make,
I'm done now, and now I need to be coaxed back onto the show.
All right, I tell you guys what. Everybody out there in internet land, Trevor's upset. He really wants a t-shirt. I really want a t-shirt. So when we get this thing set up, because you're keeping your eyes peeled. No, we're having white shirts with black lettering, but you misheard me. Here's the thing. We need to get Trevor back over here. Can you guys just tell him that it's okay? Can you know what? I'm gonna get some coffee too. You need to, even if just one person's like, come back, Trevor, because he's a diva. He's a diva, and he's in his trailer right now, and I will have to go get him.
You and me were done professionally. Oh, well, that's just great.
But. Yeah, no, we're gonna have some sweet t-shirts. We just need pre-orders, and when we get those pre-orders in, we'll have the t-shirts made. We'll show you the t-shirts even before we ship them out. We'll show them. You'll see them. They'll be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Hey, Ryan, I told you to come back.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I lied. I wanted to get coffee.
Oh no. I'm back anyway. No, here's the thing, guys. In an ideal world, I'd be showing you that t-shirt right now. But, as I said before, I got married. And, as you know, marriage is an expensive thing. So
it's a back and forth.
It's back and forth, and we're going to get the t-shirts with you. So,
right, that's what I'm saying. If we want t-shirts and they want t-shirts.
Who doesn't want t-shirts?
So in order for us all to get t-shirts, you got to put the money down first. But we're reliable. We're on the internet. You know where we live.
You know us.
Which is on the internet. We live on the internet.
Oh, Mom, you know, of all the people I want to buy me a T-shirt, it's not you. You spend too much money on me already, Mother. But we're going to leave the T-shirt issue alone. T-shirts are on the way. You can have yours. That's what you need to know. Moving right along.
All right, we got about 10 minutes left of the recorded portion. We're going to try and buzz through this. This really tickled me in a place that's ticklish in my brain.
Never doing that again. Hope you got your fill, Internet. Never touching his head again. But
this is an episode of wording things poorly. No, you'll see the design, Corey.
You will see the design, and you'll have an opportunity to think it over.
But here's the brain tickler.
Here's the brain tickler. George Lucas is dropping in constantly to tell J.J. Abrams how his Star Wars was back in the day.
It's funny. I think there was a quote. I'm probably going to misquote the hell out of it, but George Lucas. Everybody's talking about Star Wars Episode 7. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. J.J. Abrams is making it. He's writing it and doing all the stuff, and apparently George Lucas is just hovering. And George Lucas is like, well, they have all their stuff in their books and their encyclopedias and stuff, but I know a few things about my series, so I just want to tell them. I just want to go in there and tell them.
I'm really hoping that eventually J.J. Abrams will just listen.
GTFO.
You can go. We got it.
We got this.
It's kind of like that. I don't know. I wonder to myself if Stan Lee ever drops by the Marvel offices and just kind of walks around.
But that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's the problem. That's the difference between George Lucas and Stan Lee. They are opposite sides of the same coin. No, I feel like it's like George Lucas had a baby and kept dropping it on its head. Was cool with it in the beginning, but then got to a point where he's just like, whoops. Just kept doing it. And then eventually he's like, all right, somebody else take this baby.
So I don't drop it anymore.
And then, somebody else is holding the baby and he's like, make sure you don't drop it. Hey, be careful with that baby.
This baby?
You mean the one that you kept dropping?
The one that I have custody of now instead of you? Because you're a negligent parent?
Well, no, I gave it to you.
Yeah, you just keep telling yourself that, George. Whatever it takes to sleep at night. No, it was his choice, I guess, but,
Yeah. It just tickles me, where he just keeps dropping in, and it's like, he's the last guy you want telling you about Star Wars, at this point, Mm-hmm. And that's
it's the ultimate irony, really.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about that, it really is ironic, because that was one of the big things about the episodes 1 through 3, is that just no one would fucking talk to him about anything. He had such a crew of yes men that were like, yeah, that's a good idea, yeah, that's a good idea, yeah, that's a really good idea. And now he's coming in and being like, well, what about this? What about that? It's like, hey, maybe if you had those kinds of people when you were making the Phantom Menace.
Hey, Mr. Guy who used to control the licenses, maybe if you wanted to make another trilogy so much, you should have done it yourself.
Yeah. GTFO.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Alright, Harrison Ford hated the voiceover in Blade Runner and doesn't want to do it for Blade Runner 2, but he's back.
Apparently, yeah.
He's on board for Blade Runner 2.
If you know about Blade Runner, you know that the theatrical cut.
Let's take a kind of a second here. Blade Runner, here's the problem. A lot of you may be aware that it's kind of a controversial ending of Blade Runner as to what really happened. Was Deckard a replicant? Was he a man who hunted replicants who fell in love with one? Because Rachel was certainly a replicant.
Both endings are really good. There's a huge debate over how it ended. But if they make a sequel, they have to define it. Though.
If they make a sequel, then they've essentially put the stamp of this is the real deal on the he's not a replicant.
Unless they just dance around it, like he comes back.
Oh yeah, I hope they don't do some kind of aged clone bullshit. No cloning, please. Please, no cloning. Guys, I want to make my promise to you right now. And no, I'm not going to make that promise.
What was the name of that game? Okay, when Justin came into town, I don't think we actually... Did we talk about this at all? There was a video game for the Sega CD that was based off... It was basically an entire ripoff of Blade Runner, basically.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Space Cops 3 or something like that.
No. They were... What were they called? Like Junkers? Or
yeah, they were called Junkers.
Something like... That. It was something like that. But I can't remember.
It was like Space Cops. Or...
Oh, no, I know... Yeah, no, I think that was a different game.
Well, they were both by the same...
We're getting pretty far off.
Whatever, there was a Sega CD game that was basically a ripoff of...
Blade
but it was a light gun game.
And it was made by Kojima.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima.
The dude who did Metal Gear.
And there were... And one of the bars in the game was called Solid Snake.
Yeah.
Solid Snake Bar.
Like in the very intro of the game, there's like a bunch of bars, and one of them's called Solid Snake. And it's like, whoa.
I don't know. I'd probably go to the Solid Snake Bar.
I would. If you know about the series. If you didn't know anything, you might be a little...
Yeah, if I never...
Solid
Did
Snake?
you know? Did you know that you can get in for free if you put a box over your head?
All right, we got 5 minutes, and we got 3 things.
Oh no!
The 2006 Justice League script. It was a script written in 2006 for a Justice League movie. Totally got scrapped. It's free to find on the internet. Some casting decisions didn't sit well with me. Let's see. Armie Hammer was supposed to be Batman, which is, it's kind of there's a lot of forethought in that Armie Hammer was going to blow up. I don't think... When did The Social Network come out?
Not in 2006.
No, it was like way later, and that was when Armie Hammer's career really picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So and you may say that The Lone Ranger was a piece of shit. I still haven't seen it, so I can't pass judgment, but I've heard a lot of people say it's a piece of shit, so, can't be too far off. But, other than that, I heard he played his character pretty well in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Armie Hammer is the Winklevoss twins in The Social Network.
Yes, Rhinus, Solid Snake does sound like a homosexual bar. That's what we were getting at. Thanks for saying it out loud.
Joke.
As McBain would say, that is the joke.
But, so they had a script. Armie Hammer was supposed to be Batman. And Jay Baruchel, if you are not familiar, he was recently in This Is the End as Seth Rogen's Canadian friend, and actually as himself, Jay Baruchel. Mm-hmm. He's also been in a lot of Judd Apatow movies. He was in the TV series Undeclared, which was also a Judd Apatow joint. He's kind of a tall, skinny Canadian kid. Mm-hmm. Kind of awkward. He was going to play Maxwell Lord. If you know anything about DC Comics, this is fucking ridiculous. This is like Topher Grace being Venom, basically. Mm-hmm. Jay Baruchel as Maxwell Lord. Which is not to say that Jay Baruchel is bad at all. I really enjoy everything that he's been in. He's an excellent actor. He plays a good, nervous, nerdy, skinny dude. I feel like if I were cast as a character in a movie, I feel like Jay Baruchel would probably be one of the options for me in a movie. Because I think about that all the time because I'm awesome. And someday I'll be in a movie. As a character.
Okay. Sure. What's our next point? We gotta get through these, Jake.
All right. But Maxwell Lord, no.
Next thing, Ant-Man casting for front runners. We've been talking about this, following this. I'm really interested in seeing the Ant-Man movie. Edgar Wright's on this piece. And apparently the 2 lead actors that they got for it right now, that are in the lead running, are Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Paul Rudd. Different choices, both interesting choices.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt would be awesome to see in the Marvel Universe. I gotta say, like, he's been hovering around it. Mm-hmm. Like he was going to be Robin, or he was another spoiler alert. Suck it up. I'm just dropping them like left and right. He was in the last Dark Knight movie. He became kind of a spoiler character, but it feels like one of those characters where you get to the end of the movie and it's like, oh sweet, I'm gonna be this character in it, and there's no more installments. Like that's
you don't get it. You never enjoy it.
You enjoy it all for 1 second and then they move on.
And I think we're gonna make this this last story we have. I'd like to actually lead this into our person of the week.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
You have 2 minutes.
I have 2 minutes. Okay. So, this week, something unprecedented in South Park history happened. they missed their mark. A lot of you have heard of the documentary movie, I'm sure, was it 2 weeks to air?
Yeah.
I believe. Where
it's good. I think it's still on Netflix.
Yeah, where they basically show the process by which they bring an episode of South Park to...
I think it's 1 week
TV.
to air. I think they do it in 1 week.
1 week? I thought it was 2 weeks to air. But
it
anyway,
might be 2 weeks, I don't know.
It's 1 or 2 weeks. Now, it's interesting. Jake and I, in our first season, we mostly used 1 week as our production time on an episode. Season 2, we're using 2 weeks, giving ourselves a little bit more time to kind of up our game. Now, here's the difference. Jake and I, there are 2 people who work on the show. It's Jake and I. It's just Jake and I. In South Park, they probably have a couple hundred people working in the studio.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say probably like 50 to 70 people.
50 to 70?
No way 200. Not for like a show like that. Dude, we were at the Family Guy offices. There weren't 200 fucking people working on the show.
Oh, okay. Well...
I'm just saying.
Jake knows how many
200
people.
is a liberal.
Oh, so I can't just like throw the fucking.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying. I'm not dumping on you, Trevor.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Probably
like about 40 people.
So like they got like 10 people working on that show besides Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So I mean they have a little bit more breathing room. But unprecedented. They didn't do it. They didn't get
They missed their deadline.
They missed their
First
deadline.
Time, 17
so
years.
It didn't get on there. And that is why this week, sharing the title of Person of the Week, it's Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Jake and Trev's Persons of the Week. Why? Because they showed us that even a couple of pros like that can miss their mark every once in a while. The great Trey Parker and Matt Stone are in fact human. It makes me feel a little bit better about having missed 1 or 2 of our deadlines in the past. So
we're fallible. Suck it up.
We're all fallible. That's how it works. So now, freshly hitting the hour mark, our stories are gone. Everything's addressed. We did fall right into your trap, Rhinus. We always do. Yeah. As people who watch episodes of our show know.
Last episode, we already fell into Rhinus's traps. But you'd know that if you saw it.
Come on, guys. All right. But it was a lot of fun. Great to be back. Looking forward to some good stuff here. And, guys, Jake and I have been working extra hard on this month's episode.
Halloween Spectacular!
It's going to be so spectacular that it's going to be more spectacular than the name that Jake just used.
But you need to know that it's going to be gory and scary. We're going to put a disclaimer at the beginning of it. We haven't delved into this territory. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be hilarious scary.
It's gonna be hilarious scary.
I just coined that bon mot right now, and I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay.
I think that we should actually have a title at the bottom that says "Hilarious Scary Vision."
Should we?
Filmed in spooky, hilarious, scary vision.
Should we?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do it then.
We're doing it.
But yeah, no, we're making new props. We're bringing more people in on the production. We're going to delve a little bit into the past of Jake and Trev, and we're going to take some stabs, take a couple shots at some big players in the industry. So
literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. So it'll be a big one, you guys. Definitely get excited. Get excited now. It drops on October 30th, right in time for Halloween. Oh, you guys are going to love it.
Invite a bunch of people over and
make a party of it. It's going to be big.
It's going to be spooky.
If you guys have any brains in your fucking heads, you'll be watching it on Halloween evening.
And our fans do, thankfully. So you guys actually have brains in your fucking heads.
Yes. But, however, if you watch this episode, it might scare your brain right out of your dome. Right out. It's going to be so scary. You guys won't even believe it.
It'll be like, "Wah!" Then run away.
So, all right, we've hyped it up enough. We're gonna lay off the gas. We're gonna say goodbye. Thanks for joining us on another lovely episode of Jake and Troy Review Everything Live. And good night.